Welcome and thanks for joining me. I'm Cindy Laverty, and you're listening to The Cindy Laverty Show on CRN Digital Talk Radio, where each week we talk about and explore the subject of care, how we care for ourselves so we can better care for each other. Hey, everyone. Happy Friday. If you're listening on the weekend, I hope you're having a great weekend. We're going to have some rain in California. Yay. Although everybody will just flip out if it's raining. I don't know. I guess we're going to turn into pumpkins or something, but we need rain really badly. I want to give you an update from my story last week about when I took a fall at R&D Kitchen, and I wasn't very happy because I didn't feel like they were doing anything, but they made up for their initial mistake of doing nothing. The corporate office called me, and the general manager called me, and they sent me a gift card, a very generous gift card for a free dinner on them. So it's exactly what they should have done, and the general manager was extremely apologetic. And so I take back all the bad stuff I said about R&D Kitchen in Santa Monica, California last week. They did the right thing, and good for them. I have a really special show for you today. I always love it when we get to talk about animals. My guests are Alan and Linda Anderson, and they are the founders of the Angel Animals Network. They've authored many books, but their newest book is Animals and the Kids Who Love Them, Extraordinary True Stories of Hope, Healing, and Compassion. Some animals, not mine, do more than fetch, play, or purr. Some animals, because of some magical connection, actually heal lives. And this book that Alan and Linda have written is all about those kinds of stories. It's touching, it's funny, it brings tears to your eyes. I read the whole book with like a big lump in my throat. So Alan and Linda, welcome to the show, and thank you so much for being here.
Hello. Hi.
You know, I just want to thank you for sharing these stories with the world. Obviously, there are thousands of them, and you had to pick the ones that were the most relevant. I was just amazed at, how it wasn't just dogs and cats. It was rabbits and llamas and horses and, a rooster. But let's begin by talking about the animal-child connection. What is that? Because it's so very powerful. And, in your research, what is that? Who wants to take that? Alan?
Well, it's interesting. There's something very special, especially with kids and animals, because the children, they don't have the facade or the barriers that's been built up when they grow up, like many of us, that don't allow that unconditional love or that connection, that special connection that they can have with another creature that's not human, like a dog or a cat or a rabbit or whatever it might be, even animals in nature. There's something very special about that. And when a child is allowed to have that relationship, we've seen over and over again, talking with parents and talking with the kids and interviewing people, how the child grows up with appreciation for life and maybe grows up with a more loving and understanding and compassionate viewpoint on the people and the animals around him or her. It's just a very important aspect of a child's growth in becoming a full, complete human being instead of sort of missing a very important part of what they could be.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I've never been without an animal in my life. And there's nothing that breaks my heart more than when I see a child who's terrified of a dog or a cat for no reason, other than maybe a parent instilling fear. So maybe when we come back from the break, this is a quick little 1-minute break here, we can talk about, how that happens and what that is. So stay with us. You're listening to Cindy Laverty's show. I'll be back with Alan and Linda Anderson, authors of Animals and the Kids Who Love Them.